Hello all, this is my Gypsy Hermitage Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. When it comes to donating to my channel or booking me for a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. I know it's been a long time since I have submitted a video, but I've been through a lot of things over the last year and a half. And I lost both my parents last year. I had a lot of, as a result of losing my parents, I had a lot of family discord and betrayals and just so much. So anyway, when I started watching tarot again and really coming out of a depression, picking up my life again, deciding that I was going to pick up my life again, I first started watching Twin Flame videos. Then I would just watch Pisces tarot videos because tarot is a positive thing, mostly. And this talk is about Pisces. Yeah, I did that because that's what inspired me to have a tarot channel in the first place. That's what inspired me to serve a Pisces population, is because just as in the general population of the planet, the majority of people are superficial, are very selfish, materialistic. Human beings have taken on this paradigm. It's a trickle-down effect, this paradigm of superficiality that really it's about how much money you have, what kind of car do you drive, do you wear the same style of clothing that everyone else wears, do you go to the same type of schools, do you live in the same type of neighborhoods, and on and on and on. And because of that, and then social media exacerbates all issues. Like, you actually have people creating content and videos by setting up their children to be attacked by dogs so that they can run in at the last minute and save their child, or drugging homeless animals so that they can apparently save them. I mean, it's just sick and twisted. It really is. Or doing things to annoy and make their babies cry because they think it's adorably funny. It's so toxic. So in order for social media to be mostly toxic, that's the condition of the planet when it comes to human capital. It is. And so one of the things I found, in my rebuilding of myself, like filling myself with affirmations, which is another video I'm going to talk about, is the level of mockery that certain tarot readers and spiritualists have for Pisces. And to me, and I'm not the type of Pisces that is a victim or, is a crybaby about things. No, we can fight about it. And at my age, at 57, my fight is coming out my mouth. And I don't give a damn about who doesn't like what I have to say, but I'm going to say what I need to say, or I'm going to make a decision based on what I'm seeing and experiencing. But it's not going to be from the point of view of a victim. It's going to be to expose you. It's going to be to say no in the most succinct way that I can say no to you. It's going to be to crush the bully. So one of the things, and it's just disappointing, especially as a Black woman, to find this practice happening with some Black women spiritualists or tarot card readers. Not a lot, though. Like, I don't find this happening a lot, but I find it happening, and it's such a low energy, petty, superficial type of thing. As if other signs, I've known signs in all these years I've been on the planet, I've known every sign to be able to find an abusive situation that they find themselves in, to be able to go through the most heinous things you could suffer on the planet. And so when people say, well, Pisces, you love a toxic relationship, or Pisces loves people that are gonna, treat them bad or what, and it's funny, like it's funny to them. I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen it. And there are all kinds of every zodiac sign. Like my best friends one is an Aquarius and one is a Gemini. But what we have in common is that the three of us love God. Like that's the root of us. And that we're all fighters. Now, of course, it's not a mystery that a Gemini and Aquarius will be a fighter, but we're like elegant fighters. Like we're like intellectual, educated fighters. Like we're fighting with you in the best manner. But we respect each other because of that. So even my family members that are my biggest disrespecters and betrayers will say that I'm not like a usual Pisces. And I've heard that all my life. I had a next door neighbor who was deep into astrology. She was a Scorpio, or is a Scorpio. I believe she's still alive. And she told me that when I was very young, that I'm not, because I basically told her boyfriend at the time, who was abusing her son, that I was like, fuck you. And I was only 16. I didn't care. I would disagree with my father. And if I would disagree with either one of my parents, and I was very loyal to them, I respected them. But if they were not, I felt like they were not right in some of their deliberations when it came to me and my siblings, I would say that, or I would show that. So no, the world had nothing coming for me when it came to passivity. That has not been me. So I'm saying that to say, if I exist, I know there's a variety of types of Pisces on the planet, because I know there's a variety of types of Aquarians on the planet, and Geminis and Aries and Leos and Libras and Scorpios and Tauruses and Capricorns and Virgos and Cancers and who else? Did I get everybody? And Sagittarians on the planet. But when we spew things like that, it's not because of the person we're spewing things at. It's because of our own limitations. It's because of our own lack of intelligence. It's because of our own level of education and evolution spiritually. Evolved humans, that's why evolved humans break out of the zodiac paradigm of traits. Because once you're so evolved, this is not my coffee. I already had my coffee. This is some heated up water. Once you are at a point in your evolution, you can demonstrate the highest qualities from any zodiac sign, and even beyond that, you start to emulate the traits of God himself, of the greatest gifts and, do you know what I mean? And ways of the highest beings that have ever walked the planet, from messengers and prophets to soothsayers and gurus. There are wonderful beings on YouTube who teach about being a light worker, and they are light workers, and they're teaching you how to have more peace, and how to fast, and how to pray, and how to meditate, and how to manifest. And those people are not mocking anyone. That's not their energy. So I just want to encourage us as Pisces, the thing with us that is our greatest gift is also one of our greatest hindrances, and that's our empathy. And one of the greatest lessons I've had to learn, because of my empathy for women, because I've seen at a young age the effects of a woman being abused. I didn't see them being abused, but just like A woman who went from being like a wonderful hairdresser in her basement after her 9 to 5. She did everybody's hair, including me and my siblings, and had an immaculate house, to a woman walking down the street in a night dress, gibbering because she had married such an abusive man and he had harmed her and her children, and her mind couldn't handle it. Do you understand me? So I've had so much compassion for women that sometimes in my life I would hold back my power of checking them, right? And because of that, I've experienced betrayal. Not in the sense where I'm passive to this person. I would have to, usually I would have to let them go and not be friends with them anymore. And at this point, it's that way with some family members, but more so just that I would not crush them when they're wrong. Like I would not go off on them when they deserved it, like I would any other person that was strong enough to handle it, or like I would a bully, which bullies are not really ideally strong or realistically strong people, because they crumble when you crush them, and then they never fuck with you again. So I'm saying that to say that usually Pisces come with compassion because they have been here lifetimes, because we are the oldest souls, because we know that love and compassion is the energy that rules the universe, and the creator of that is God. I've never met a Pisces that did not have a relationship with God, even if they didn't call it that. Just did not. I've never met one that did not have some kind of spiritual grounding. I never have. My baby girl, she has my same birthday, but we're like opposites. But she told me at 4 years old that God told her in her dream. She woke up from the dream and told me God told her what she's supposed to do. And I've been reminding her ever since. So I wanted to come on here to give us some love and some defense. I wanted to defend us. I wanted to speak out against this kind of practice, because in the spiritual community, there are those that are doing this for money, for attention. They know how to cater to people that are going to pay them. They know how to entertain people for fame and money, But when you are mocking, because spirituality is not about popularity. No, it's not. Not true spirituality. There are some people that are so good at learning higher wisdom and learning how to give readings well, and even using and cultivating psychic ability. Do you know that the most heinous criminals are psychic? How do you think they can attract victims so well? It's not like psychic ability is confined only to the good, to the people that have the best motives, to the purest at heart. It is not. The human form is an antenna. We can pick up all kinds of traits and energies, but what would you use it for? It's just like saying that money is the root of all evil. But if a good person has money, that's the best of philanthropists, isn't it? That's the best messenger or giver on the planet. But if a wicked person has money, well, here comes some vast, right, global wickedness, stripping away. I'm going to take a wild animal that's free and living in its natural nature to a confined house cat and shit. That's some wickedness. I'm going to turn, you know what I mean? Human beings that have their own culture into human beings that are confined to my culture. I'm going to mock the most spiritual beings on the planet as if they ain't shit when they have so many gifts. It's astounding. No, you're not good for that. And I knew when I created my channel that was going to be a part of it. God actually, showed me in a dream. And the spiritual community, it was like a neighborhood it was created in this round, almost tiny home community. But it was really just a community, and the housing wasn't important. What was important was it was a spiritual community. And among those people, among those gifted, beautiful souls, were wicked or even just low-lying fruit. And I would expose them. So when I see things, you're going to hear it here. And it's not always just about Pisces, because you'll have mocking, or you'll have something. Trust and believe. If someone is mocking someone from a public platform like social media, which is the most toxic thing ever created at this point, they treat people like that who are different from them. These are not evolved souls. These are not. They treat people like that even in their private lives. That's who they are. It doesn't have to be a Pisces, but right now I'm talking about standing up for Pisces, but I'm standing up for anyone that has someone in their life, whether it's supposed to be a friend, whether it's in the guise of a family member, who brings them down, who mocks them, who talks about them as if their human frailty is somehow worse than the speaker, worse than the person who is mocking them, who is abusing them, who is demeaning them. And it is not. We all have shortcomings, and God, I can't tell you. I don't know a sign that hasn't had a brain fart. Like, I don't know a sign that hasn't said or done something cringeworthy. We are not perfect, but we're perfectly made. We have everything within us to be the best that we could develop and hone and exhibit in this world. And our life force is the gift we've been given by our Creator to do that. So no, it's not cool. It's not okay. You don't get to mock people and in the same breath claim that you're looking into their energy and helping them. No. Readings or mocking people? No. I don't even watch people like that. If anything, when I see that, I immediately get off of it. I tell YouTube I don't want to see it. Please don't recommend this channel to me, because I have certain channels that I subscribe to. I would never subscribe to a channel like that ever. Ever, ever, ever. I don't care if they've had content that I've been inspired by or entertained by. I won't. I will rescind my subscription every time. I have no shame in it. I'll leave a comment for sure, because the best thing we can do is to teach and guide each other. And sometimes that comes across in a comment that says, that's not cool. You're supposed to be this, and now you're doing this. That's only a reflection of your low level. And nobody has to, give you their energy or their custom to your platform. But the best of us in the tarot community, in the twin flame community, in the spiritual educational community are those who have an unbiased approach to sharing things that they have learned and that they see when they perform a tarot reading, which has to do with spirit and mediumship, psychic mediumship, giving the best that you have to offer in that vein. And if I'm putting too much into it, then take your ass on. to somebody that's going to be on your level. Because I'm not on the puddle level. I'm not. I never have been. I'm going to read what the cards say, but to me, especially when you get to it, and this is from my community, the Black community, you can't put us in a paradigm of this is how you're supposed to do a thing, and we stick to that. True tarot readers, true mediums are instruments of not only the cards, but what also is coming through our minds and hearts and spirits at the time that we see the cards, and we're seeing all these images and we're seeing this message, and spontaneous things flow. When you go through hard times, and I've seen some of my favorite tarot readers, and I can tell they're going through shit because of the quality of their readings becomes very almost like hard to do. That's why I've stayed away. Like, that's why I only do this when I'm really like in the spirit again and it's pulling on me again. So anyway, that's the crux of the reason why I wanted to have a Pisces channel, mostly Pisces, because I've done readings for all signs before, and I've done readings for Twin Flame, which covers everybody. But I always say that even in my Pisces readings, if you relate to the title, you can follow that reading. That's how I look for readings. I don't care who it's supposed to be for. If the title resonates with something I'm going through and I'm looking for guidance and clarity, I'm going to click on that Gemini reading. I'm going to click on that Leo reading. I'm going to click on that Capricorn reading. I'm going to click on that Scorpio reading. And I may not have any of those elements in my chart, but I'm clicking on the wisdom that I know these capable people whom I admire are going to give me, and it works. So don't be limited by the fact that I say this is a mostly spice. This is a mostly Pisces channel. Trust and believe. I stick to principles. I stick to spiritual truths. I stick to the growth and hierarchy of growth and understanding, exhibition, transformation of human beings. I stick to that. That's what you're going to get here, regardless of the sign, regardless of twin flame or not. Okay? And I have a talk to do about twin flame, because in this time that I've been away, I've been watching Love is Blind. I've been watching all these love shows and people claiming twin flame, and they have the worst of behavior towards others. And I have some things to say about that, because that's a part of the spiritual community. We're global. It's important for us to stand up for this. This is almost like a movement that's sweeping the world. But do you think everybody's really authentically a part of it? No. The Divine Feminine deck and what Divine Masculine actually is, it's not for everybody. Everybody does not put as much into what they do and how they treat people and how they've always served others. They do not. They do not. They do not. I hope you hear me. Okay. So that's why I created this channel. To give that support to Pisces, to give clarity to Pisces, to encourage us to really learn discernment, to not be afraid that we're, sometimes we can make offending people more important than protecting ourselves, in the sense of, you don't have to take people's shit, like laying down. That's not the journey of life. It is not. You have the right. And this is how by the time I was 10 years old, because I didn't talk like in public, even at school, until I was 10 years old, and I had seen enough. But I was observing. And I remember there were just certain, during that 10th year, there were certain things I felt I was saying to myself in my mind, in my spirit, was, if someone has the balls to come up to me with a certain behavior that's against me, I have the balls to crush them. Unashamedly. And I've been that way all my life. If you have the audacity to say some shit to me or people I love, or like in the spiritual community, I have the right and freedom to tell you you ain't shit for that and you're wrong. Because you're not right. Abuse is never right. Bullying is never right. Mockery is not right. You are not spiritual for that. You are not. You might have some spiritual tendencies, but you have some stupid, low-lying moments in your journey. And I'm here to tell you. Because some people cannot take correction in a sweet, well, baby, that wasn't nice of you. They will mock you again for that soft voice. They will crush you again with their mockery, abuse, defaming. Please, don't nobody care about you being nice. Fuck a nice. The best thing we can be as human beings, nothing gets changed. And I come from a people, not just overall black people in America, but even in my mother's family specifically, who in every generation has been a part of our fight for freedom. So that's another reason why I stand out as a Pisces. But also in every generation in those families that had that bend, there was only one that joined the fight for freedom. And in my family, I was the one that joined the fight for freedom. So too bad. You don't want to hear from me. I don't care. I don't care. I refuse to let it lie. I refuse to allow. You can do better. Do better. Human beings need the spiritual community. The religious people, as much as they don't believe in tarot and astrology and and witchcraft, which I don't believe in witchcraft. I don't believe you need to mix cinnamon and some other household spices together to cause a change. And somebody said, I don't believe in stuff like that. I don't. The only person that it really affects are the people that believe, I believe that's going to happen. Well, you're manifesting it because that's your mindset. That's what's causing it to happen, not the cinnamon. That's the truth. It's your mindset that's causing the change. It's what you're telling your soul, telling yourself. I believe this is going to happen. And then it happens because you've manifested it, not the person that you've now paid $100 to come up with a concoction to wear around your neck and shit. But because your mind is so invested in this thing that you claim to believe in, that your mind and your soul and your heart and your spirit has brought that in. Because when you don't believe in it, the shit don't happen like that. Period. Like the young people say. I love their little words. Period. Facts. Okay. So Pisces, the second thing I want to talk about is how you can protect yourself without feeling like you're being mean. Take out the concern with being mean. Listen, a true reaction to anything that's wrong is okay. I mean, other than breaking the law and just murdering everybody, you don't want to do that. But God, verbally, using your voice, cutting people off, that's allowed. If someone really needs help, that's why there's agencies. Like, it took me a long time to even understand, because I was raised in an educated middle class black community. But I had so much compassion for my people that a couple of the dudes I dated were not people that came from the same environment as me, and I never should have dated. Like, I never should have given them a chance. Ever, never, ever. You know, Pisces, you have to understand that. Like, you have to know, if you are a stable person, if you are clean and non-criminal and giving and safe around children and religious, whatever you are that is of good, if you get with someone in a relationship, whether it's friendship or romantic, you will be destroyed. It will not be from the way that you are. It will be from the way that person is. It will. Because just on a male-female platform, women are going, whatever that man's condition is, he's going to bring you down into it or up into it. Or you're going to maintain what you are because he is an equal match for you. That's the truth. Women are deeply affected by the men that they bring into their, or they allow into their lives. So if he's toxic, his toxicity is going to ruin your life, potentially. If he's a good person, he's going to affirm everything in you that's good and that you've built for yourself. He's going to affirm that, support that, and help you go further. If he's above you, there is a possibility he could look down on you and abuse you from that standpoint, if he's just abusive. You know what I mean? If he has more money, if he's accomplished more, or he can bring you up. He can teach you how to build more of your greatness or whatever it is that you've already built for yourself. But you have to be aware of that. You can't just live in a little Pisces bubble of la 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 la, skipping through the daisies. This is a physical reality of Earth that we live in. This is a physical realm. This is a realm of good and evil. All the movies that are about good and evil, that is only proof of where we're living. And sometimes it's good mixed with evil. If truth is mixed with falsehood, what is it? It's falsehood. Truth is pure. Goodness is pure. Mixing it with falsehood, mixing it with evil, taints the goodness, taints the truth. And now it's the negative thing, because it's going to have a negative effect. It's no longer pure. It's diluted. It's polluted. So no, you can't fuck with that. You can't play with that in your personal life. The best ways to serve Pisces, the best ways to serve others is through agencies. Is through group efforts. Like if you know that there's a group that goes out and feeds the homeless, and each person in the group either cooks and organizes and packages, or goes to McDonald's or, a restaurant that they can buy inexpensive meals for a certain number of people, and they all get together and distribute that safely, so you're not getting mugged or raped because you're out by yourself at night, which is mad work, but you all go at a time that is safe, and you feed people that need it, or you give them toiletries, or whatever it is or you go to a soup kitchen and you donate food to help with the meals that are served, or you give money to homeless shelters and domestic violence shelters. There are safe ways to serve, and you should stick to that. It's not, I'm going to save a dude, right? I'm going to save a hoe. I'm going to save a man that's providing community D to so many women that he's also giving everybody AIDS and herpes and gonorrhea, and babies that he'll never help raise. That's not the way to do it. You should not, your husband or wife should not be how you're serving humanity. Oh, this person is a woman beater because he's just so sad, I'm gonna make him happy. No, you're just gonna give him another victim to beat and shit, and that's gonna be you. That's gonna be any children you have with him. And then there's a sickness in religion where people will actually, and I'm not going to say it's only pastors, but it's also deacons. It's also even just church, synagogue, mosque believers that will confine other believers to limiting beliefs of scripture and of what the religion actually is about, to say, no, you have to have faith in the relationship you chose for yourself and trust that God's going to change it. No, you have to save your life and chalk it up to a lesson. Well, we don't believe in divorce. We do if it's with a pedophile. We do if it's with a woman beater. We do if it's with a serial killer. We do if it's with a criminal that we didn't know was a criminal. What religion needs today, because the world is so mad and crazy, because I've seen videos, and this is not only for Pisces, but this is what comes up when it talks about serving safely and living safely as a spiritual being, where you have to safeguard yourself. And everybody makes mistakes. But how do you know not to keep making the same mistakes? By actually looking at what people are. Not just saying, God, he's so fine, she's so fine. Oh, they smell so good. Oh, look at their car. Look at where they live. That makes somebody relationship worthy. No, you better keep looking. You better keep paying attention. Keep being yourself. That might annoy somebody, and then see how they handle it. Just being your natural self. Because a true abuser, it's like I was telling my daughter, there was a kid on her campus that basically is a raper. But he chalked it up to because he was so drunk, he almost raped a girl. No, you were so drunk and it brought out the fact that you're a rapist. Because everybody that gets so drunk does not rape. Everybody that gets so drunk does not beat people. Be smart, be discerning. Look at people. See them for what they are. Stop missing people that are monsters. Because really, be honest, that you might just be lonely, So the people in your life that you can keep in your life, spend time with them when you feel lonely. If you just want a lover, someone to date, you should have at least one or two male or female friends that's just cool people, but they don't want to settle down, or they don't want a serious relationship, but they practice safe sex. They don't balk about wearing a condom. Spend some time with them. Talk to them about how you've been feeling. I'm sure they have. I'm sure. People like that, they go through their attempts at having relationships that don't work out, and they go through their moments of being lonely. Do you know what I mean? Do things in a way that's safe. That is just really safe. I'm just saying. It's hard to be an empath. And any sign can be an empath. I just did a wonderful reading for one of my best friends. She's one of my favorite people. And she's an Aquarius. But she grew up in religion. And she's like an angel. Does she still have the fire of the Aquarius? She does. And she uses it wisely and in truth. But she's giving almost like a water sign. Like it's because of her heart. She doesn't remind me of any Aquarius I've ever known when it comes to her heart. So that's what I mean. True empaths are like that. Okay? It's the difference between the kind of Aries that is arrogant and mocking and assholes. Like, they don't care what they say to you. They don't care that they're annoying you. Like, they don't care that they're hurting you. Some Aries are like that. even at the same time wanting to be sensitive only to their own shit, only to their own hurts and pains. That they think only they know everything and what's best and no one else does. No, that's not evolved. How do I know? Because I know Aries that God are so empathic, like are led by God and follow God when God says, give that turkey that you just bought for your family because you already have one at home. Give it to that woman over there. She needs it. And then they do it and the woman breaks down and cries and says, how do you know? Because I'm an empath and I follow God. It doesn't matter. It has to do with what you are. So for Pisces, I know that some of us are very vulnerable when it comes to how we get treated. I have a baby girl that was bullied because of her looks, because she's so beautiful. Not because she's she didn't do nothing to anybody. And she was born with fire just like me. But there's something about the bullying in this world right now that can wear a soul down. And it took her a while to be homeschooled like I wanted her to, because she, kids just want to try and find the hope that they'll have friends. And I'm like, you will have friends. You're going to go to college and you're going to experience much more than you ever could in your high school. You will, and you'll still be learning lessons. But I had to also teach my oldest, who's a Cancer, that at the same time, you have to know you're not going to find perfect people. So the ones that reciprocate your friendship with you and reciprocate loyalty with you, and you enjoy spending time together, and you have similar values. Make it like happy hour is as adults when we have a work week that's very busy and the weekends that might be very busy with family. Give one day a week and establish, hey, let's meet in the cafeteria, and have a meal together at least once or twice a week. Let's make sure we do that, to preserve the friendships you really want to preserve with those that are worthy, when you meet them, as you learn, okay, this person is still sticking by me, has never, done the things that these other people are starting to manifest. Okay? You can do it, Pisces. You can make a life for yourself, but you have to use your empathy wisely. And I've been encouraging my daughter, because when I started reading tarot in 2019, I believe it was, I started in June of 2019. She started having dreams. She had an awakening and everything. I had an extra, my very first deck of tarot cards. I had started buying different decks. She asked me if she could have my first deck, and I gave it to her, and she learned it. And she would ask me if she could do a reading, and it was so good. And now she's still a teenager, and I'm like, you should start a channel. You should, I'll let you have some of my decks. I'll give you a tarot deck, and you can do it your way. And like one day, because she's a Pisces, one day she kind of was like, but because of what she's been through, she's still healing. So I'm just going to leave it up to her. I just know that's a part of her. Like, I just know she could do it. And she would be amazing. And teenagers would love her channel, and her energy. So, we'll see. Yeah. And I think I've already covered, because this is my last question, or my last topic, is what kind of people mock, bully, or disrespect Pisces? Is it a condition of spirit or certain zodiac signs? And I already answered that. No. Because I know spiritual Geminis, Cancers, Leos, Virgos, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I know toxic ones of all the signs. It's the condition of your spirit, heart, soul, mind. It's you. It's not your sign. It's really just you. So either you can grow from that, or you're just going to keep having that defect, that trash part of yourself that's diluting and polluting the pure part of yourself. Because if you're in light work, there is a part of yourself that's ignited. Your soul is ignited and inspired, to provide these services for people. The spiritual community sheds light because of our teaching on discernment and seeing people for what they are, so that the human race can stop just being in a following mindset of following. It's a laziness, it's a complacency, like you're just a slave to popular culture. That's why toxic people, or people that are fame whores, are not divine feminines and divine masculines. They are not. They are not. You are not. Anyway, this has been your talk, Pisces. I love you so much. Anybody else, that is an empath, and I'm going to put that in the title. This is for you, Pisces, and all empaths. God loves you. God created the universe. We cannot negate God and claim the universe is the power. God created the universe. He is the power. Do you hear me? All right. I'll be on soon to do, I think I'm going to do a general Pisces reading. It's going to be a bottom of the deck, but it's going to be around the same amount of time, okay? Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. I'm going to be doing this channel until I can't do it anymore. All right? Peace.